Hi, and welcome to this very special episode of Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. In this episode, we're going to be doing our lead up into the biggest movie of
this century.
Star Wars The Force Awakens, so stay tuned. Hi, and welcome back to Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. We are your hosts. I am Michael Boroff, and with me is
Richard Gatterjohn.
And we are here at the lovely, gorgeous, I need this in my home, Berry Electronics. We've done a lot of things with Berry Electronics over the years, especially the game tournaments. We thank them very much for letting us use this awesome theater they have. We're kind of doing our own pre-game for Star Wars, doing our own little marathon here, which they've been so generous to let us. Just kind of getting the juices flowing for The Force Awakens, which not like we really need it.
32 years ago, the originals ended.
Man, I'm telling you. No, more than 32?
No, it was 32, the last one.
Oh,
Return of the Jedi.
last, that's right, okay.
I'm not counting 1, 2, and 3. Sorry.
Good man. Yeah. I don't think anybody has to be reminded that, let's put it this way. It's coming on December, and while most people are decorating the tree, hanging the wreaths, counting down the days until Christmas, not us. We've got something more important coming in December.
17th's coming really fast.
Yeah. You've got those advent calendars for Christmas, and not me. I've got my Star Wars one. That's like every day. It's like, oh no, little lightsaber. We're just getting our feet wet watching the originals, minus the what do you call those prequels?
Oh.
With
The only one, I do have a fond memory of Episode 1, and I'm going to get it out right away. I met D-Boy and Peanut at Episode 1 screener. We were standing in line, even though they got caught the next day because they was on WLIO, and the teachers at the school saw the news. So I wish they was here, but it was cool. It was cool to meet them. They offered me chicken and nuggets because they went over to the McDonald's and brought back a bucket of chicken and nuggets. Dave had to eat. So, here we're in line for 6 hours beforehand,
Yeah. Well, I think the big thing is the internet's abuzz with all the rumors and speculations.
Where's Luke Skywalker?
Yes, about what's going to be, seen in The Force Awakens. Richard, what are your thoughts? What do you think we have to look forward to?
I'm just hoping this just takes the Rebels to the next step, and looks like the Empire's ready to come back, maybe, or something. At least that's how I interpret the trailers.
I get the feeling that the Empire actually never went away because, if you really think about it, okay, the Death Star was destroyed, the Emperor was killed, so does that mean this entire Empire fleet just went, oh, we're done? Oh, okay. I think there was a huge power vacuum. And I really do. I get that feeling that I don't think the Rebels ever actually really 100% won. And I think we're going to see that in this.
Well, like in the comics, Shattered
Empire,
the Emperor had all those drones that went out.
Yeah.
That still carried on his. And a lot of them don't even believe it probably even happened. I mean, you're all the way on the other side of the galaxy.
Right.
It's destroyed. Well, they don't know for sure.
Yeah.
They're not there just because they found out, news blackout, who knows?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of generals that weren't really ready to relinquish, the title just because the Emperor could have been dead, like you said.
Yeah, your command of your big, Star Destroyer. What are you going to do? You're going to still intimidate pirates and stuff,
Oh, well, I've spent my entire career in the Empire. Well, I guess I'm out. Okay, time for peace. No, I think it's going to be... we have a special guest. You may remember him. Yeah. No. Jeff Smith. Jeff, real quick, what do you think?
If you read the Star Wars Aftermath novel that came out in November, they allude to the fact that there is in fact someone who gathers remnant forces and says, you know what, forget this galaxy, let's go out beyond the edge of known space, get our plan put together, and come back with a vengeance when we've got it figured out. Now, they don't give this person a name. It's like the last 3 pages of the book.
Mm-hmm.
There is some implication that this is the big bad of the new movie. Not Kylo Ren, but whoever he answers to, which is not yet to be, seen. But there is allusions in this journey to the Force Awakens trail that Disney has made that, in fact, within a month or two of the Empire collapsing, there was a backup plan in place. So you might not be too far off the mark with the they never went anywhere. They just went somewhere else for a while.
I like that idea because I mean it's smart and it's intelligent. Just because the head tip top is out of the way, I can't imagine the Emperor not having a contingency plan.
Right, and it seems to be that there was a little bit of infighting that was purposely put into place to kind of clear off the bad seeds and get rid of the career politicians, so to speak.
Yeah.
And get them out of the way for your next, true tyrannical despot. And that's kind of what has happened. And that's what the book alludes to. The second book of that trilogy doesn't come out until after the Force Awakens releases. So you'll be able to actually kind of tie that all together, I think, in about 6 months' time. You'll know what really did happen in that 30-year vacuum. Mm-hmm. They're just kind of teasing it right now.
Can't wait. I'm looking forward to the continuation of Star Wars. They've already come out and said that after the Force Awakens, this isn't the last we're going to see of Star Wars at the theaters for a very long time.
Actually, they're never going to stop.
See, I'm super excited by that, and I really do. I have a lot of faith in J.J. Abrams.
Mark Hamill tweeted on October 22nd that the beard was in full regrow. He has shot all of his scenes as the trickster for the Flash episode.
I know,
he's back in this year.
I know, that's something else I've liked before.
So it's been about a month. He said the beard's in return for my episode 8 shooting schedule, which has already started shooting with, I guess, some of the new actors. So, I mean, 8's a given. Rogue One's a given.
Yep.
Han Solo is a given. Episode 9 is then a given. And then you've got the future past that, which there's a lot of loose talk about where it's going to go. Obi-Wan movies, Boba Fett movies, Yoda, super prequel movies.
And more cartoons. You never know.
And I would not put it past Disney to wait 10 years or so after episode 9 and then release a 10, 11, and 12. They'd be silly not to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's even that rumor running around when Disney Channel starts these online portals that there will be a Star Wars portal where you start getting new content. I mean, CBS has already jumped the gun. Star Trek's going right straight to a portal, so who knows?
I think there's a TV show, a live-action TV show at some point in the future, because they'd be silly not to. Now, if it shows up on Netflix like they do their Marvel movies, or if they do it on their own, I think it'll happen at
I
some
see
point.
Disney's own coming. It has to be. Unless they buy
They've got a really fruitful relationship growing with Netflix, so I think a lot of it's because then they don't have to pay for it all.
Right.
Because Netflix has to foot the bill for if they want the content. And I think Disney, as smart as they are, you can also interchange smart with cheap.
Yeah.
They can do that.
And could you imagine, take what Netflix has done with Jessica Jones and Daredevil. They've taken these two characters that are in the same Marvel universe as the movies, but brought them street level and really dirty and really gritty. And I wouldn't say not so all age friendly as the Avengers movies. Could you imagine
an M-rated Star Wars television show?
Oh man!
Bounty
the dark side of Greedo.
Yes,
gets his own show. I don't know.
I mean, Bounty Hunters is a key part of The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes,
Yep.
The seedy side of Jabba. There's your reality show right there, The Hutts.
And as
it's set kind of like the Kardashians, except Jabba. Come on, man!
Get out.
I don't watch the show. I just know, but I mean, like the Hutts, and and respect. Oh, I could see it happen.
The Calrissians.
Oh my God!
It just writes itself.
Yes. Yeah. Oh man.
It just writes itself.
And it stops being about Lando and about his kids and how he used to be famous, and now it's all about his
Lando's journey to become a woman.
Oh God. Oh, now you've lost me. But no, I think I think The Force Awakens is. I think it's more than just the title of the movie. I think it's a subtext for the Star Wars universe. Just
The fans awaken.
The fans awaken, and it's, the franchise has reawakened, and I can't wait. I really. Like I said, what I'm hoping for is, and I get this feeling, especially from The Force Awakens, especially bringing back Han, Leia, Chewie, fingers crossed, Luke. I see it as almost a way of like this movie passing the torch to the next generation.
I think in a way, but I think they also learned their lesson with the prequels that you can't rely solely on new content. And I think that this spattering in of Han and Leia throughout Episode 7 and rumored very, very briefly with Luke in Episode 7, that they realized that there's got to be something to kind of drive the old with the new.
Right.
And the prequels never had that.
No.
Han Solo and Chewbacca were the soul of that show.
Yeah.
Those movies. And you didn't have that, and everything was the same but very, very different. And I think they kind of learned from that mistake, and they're going to pay homage to the originals while still producing new content.
Yeah,
and they're still alive.
Yeah, actors are alive, so why not use them?
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way. It's kind of morbid, but it's the truth.
I don't know how alive they'll all become the end of Episode 7, but I would assume that, someone's going to go the way of Alec Guinness. You would think.
Well, they almost lost Han Solo. Harrison
killed
Ford.
What, he broke his leg? He crashed a plane? You guys,
that's in the new revamped contract. Is no private flying until episodes.
Well, he met like a helicopter pilot. I was reading the story, and he had to call his friend that helicopter to fly out to pick him up to take him to the hospital when he broke his foot or leg or whatever it was.
And as for the fate of Luke Skywalker, if you actually watch the trailer in reverse, it's like the old Beatles songs. You find out where he's at. So try that at home, kids. Luke is dead.
If you sync up the Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd at second 05 of the trailer, it
all makes sense.
Oh my God! It will blow your mind. It's
I want to go home. I want to go home. Oh.
God.
Let's see.
We're home.
I want to know how Chewie has been able to keep his youthful look.
No gray in the fur.
Oh my Lord! I want to know?
I want like a bald, paunchy looking.
God, that would have been so great. I want to see Wookiee pattern. I want to see. Seriously, give me something to cosplay. I want to see Wookiee pattern baldness. I want to.
It's like that naked cat from Austin Powers.
Oh.
That's right.
Chewie started smoking.
Poor Chewie.
Oh, poor Chewie.
Well, that's what happens when you leave your family in a Star Wars special.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Life Day ruined him.
Oh,
that was the end.
That is what we need. We need a reboot of the Star Wars Christmas special.
No.
I'm telling you, it needs.
Recasting B. Arthur with something.
Oh my God, we can hologram Harvey Korman
Betty
back
White.
into it. Betty White. Oh my Lord.
Betty White in Star Wars. My mind's blown.
Oh man, she even.
Good work, gentlemen. I'll pop in on you later. Enjoy your pre-show.
Again, thank you for letting us use the facilities here. Yeah, just in the past, I would almost say like maybe 5 years. Nerds of our generation have had so many things to look forward to, things that we didn't think we would ever see again. We've got our Avengers movie. We get to see just a kick-ass Daredevil TV show.
I mean, load all this up on TV. Flash, Arrow.
Yes. But I don't think there's been any one property that has sparked so much interest as Star Wars. I mean, with all the great things that have come out and are planning on coming out, nothing has dominated as much as Star Wars has.
It almost went away though. There was a period. And then Dark Horse got the franchise.
Yeah.
And I still kudos to Dark Horse.
Yes.
I mean, that was the greatest thing that could ever happen to Star Wars.
I don't care if they consider it still they consider it not in continuity anymore. I think Star Wars Dark Horse's Dark Empire.
Oh yeah.
If you get a chance, if you're a Star Wars fan, you need to go check it out because there is one panel in it that sold me on it. Was Han, Leia, the rebels are tied down. There's an AT-AT coming, and Luke just walks out, with a wave of his hand, he takes down an AT-AT. I was like, I'm in. It was like 3 or 4 pages in. The art was great, but when he did that, just with a wave of his hand, just took down an AT-AT. I'm like, I'm in. You know.
You know, it's just wonderful that it's coming back. You know, I
Yes.
mean, and it kind of makes sense. You know, they're older. You know, this takes
Yeah.
place in the future. You know, of the universe itself. You know, but like I said, they can jump back forth anywhere. They can have any type of
Oh
movies.
yeah, I mean, look at the stories that could have taken place in those 30 years. You know what I mean? That's the other thing I like about the Star Wars franchise is it doesn't always have to focus on Luke, Leia, and Han. There's this gigantic universe that, you know.
There's so much properties they can just go.
Yes,
And Disney was the smartest thing they could have done. Yeah.
yes. The letting the mouse take the reins scared a lot of people at first.
And it's still nervous.
It's still nervous. Yeah, I mean, you know, but so far they've done good.
I mean, the Rebels, the new Disney, Disney XD. You know, that's pretty good. I mean, I pick up some of the pieces. Got some like taste of the Clone Wars.
Right.
And this year definitely is a big taste of the Clone Wars. So you know, it's all cool. You know, I mean, it's what happens, and it's really cool because like someone my age who has kids now who
Yeah.
are really into the Star Wars. You know, I mean, you can do that. That's my son, you know, I'm your dad.
Yeah.
You know, you can do that. Like look, all the marketing that they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, they're emphasizing the family aspect of this, you know.
Yes, which is important because Star Wars has always been family friendly.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that I'm of the age where I wasn't old enough. I was actually like maybe 2 days old. Honest to God, 2 days old when Star Trek. I'm sorry.
Ooh, jeez.
No, because I
revolted.
remember seeing those movies at the theater. I was only a few days old when the original Star Wars came to theater, and my dad still jokes to this day that he took me as an infant to go see those movies, which is why it was embedded in my brain. But I am old enough to fairly remember my dad taking me to see Empire. I really remember my parents taking me to see Return of the Jedi because I can remember straight after that we went to, showing my age, local rinks. Dad got me my Wicket the Ewok plushie, which I think I still have to this day, and I carry that thing with me everywhere, you know. And it's great to know that people of our age and our generation are going to be able to have that same experience. I mean, even if it's not your kids, nieces, nephews, you know, I'm going to be able to see this movie with my nephew and my great nephew, his little boy, because he's old enough to go see it. You know, this is going to be. I'm old enough to be my nephew's father. There's that much of an age gap, so it's going to be like 3 generations for me, and it's something. And I can remember when they re-released the New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi to the theaters for the short run, the special editions.
97, yeah.
Yes, I remember taking that same nephew and my niece, who were kids at the time, to go see that, and I think I watched them more than I watched the movie because they were both just, you know, and it's something, you know, I'm looking forward to. And Jeff's back. Jeff, as a parent.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
yeah, we're just on the subject.
I
Oh,
heard.
you were of that age where you're our age. You remember getting to see the movies at the theater.
I have seen every single episode in the theater opening weekend with the exception of the original A New Hope.
But to get back, how forward are you looking to be able to take your boys to go see?
Yeah, my oldest son will be 10 the day that The Force Awakens releases. It's his birthday. It's his 10th birthday. The last time Star Wars was in theaters was 6 months before he was born. So he's never got to experience that. My youngest son is 7, so he's at prime age for this kind of thing, a whole new trilogy launching. So I'm super excited as a parent to be able to take them and experiences that. That being said, I'm going to have to see it again by myself in order to catch it.
Yeah.
For all the answers I'm going to have to give them.
And I think something else parents like Jeff are going to be grateful for is, especially being around Christmas time, it's going to make Christmas shopping so much easier because it's like, oh, I don't know what to get my kids for Christmas. You take them to go see Star Wars. Guess what? Star Wars stuff!
A few Fridays ago when that all released, it was crazy.
Yes. Oh, I finally was able to pick up my own remote-controlled BB-8.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, he's so adorable. He's about this big. And I should have brought him, but you know what? Even from a technical point of view, he fascinates me because, I mean, I know in my head how it works. You know, it's a magnets and gyroscopes, but it's still, I grew up with the remote control toys that were like, if you were lucky, the car went forward and turned backwards. It had like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had, it had like the two knobs, and one just made him go forward, backwards, and here I am with this little.
Can you get it up the wall yet?
Oh, hey, don't knock it. When Tron Legacy came out, I bought one of the light cycles.
Oh,
You know what? That is a perfect example of how build up and anticipation can be squashed. It's like, Tron? How could it go wrong? With today's modern technology, how could Tron Legacy fail?
I like the movie, though.
I do too.
That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah. But, no, I had that remote control car that sticks to the wall. But, yeah, BB-8, oh, man, such a great toy. And it only took me, like, months after it was released to find one. And, all just the influx of, toys that are available now. And I love the fact that you can find old Han and old Chewie. Because it's almost like a timeline for me. It's just like, here's my original Han Solo, and here's Han Solo at my age.
I still remember going to Sears picking up the original line.
Oh, Lord Almighty! I could pay for college.
That was 77.
Oh, I could pay for college with that. Yeah, I don't think the toys are going to have the value now that the old ones did because everybody's
just
buying.
Too many of
it's
them.
Just too many of them. People are buying them for.
But they have the built-in collectible stuff.
Yeah,
that's the modern world. They built in.
Yeah.
Well, on the release 1,000.
Yeah.
And then like 5 months later, here's a whole nother reproduction of it. But
yeah. But yeah, there's just, oh man, it's just, Star Wars is one of those unifying things where even people who aren't quote unquote nerds or geeks, it's unifying. It's like Albert Einstein's theory of unify.
wow.
It's just that one thing that it seems like everybody can relate to and everybody can talk about and everybody's looking forward to.
Except for Fox News. They don't understand.
They don't get it. They don't understand anything. But see, going back to the movie, theories, speculations. Luke,
where are you?
Yes. Is it a red herring? Is them not putting him in the poster?
Well, did you see that video he released? That Mark Hamill released?
Oh, the one of him in the full garb?
No. He's was filming on a game set where he has, and he talks about back in Empire, he had a sign release that he couldn't tell anybody about Darth Vader being his dad.
Oh yeah.
And he relates what's going on is as big as that, if not bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's got a contract that if this doesn't leak until the movie's released, that he gets some kind of big, huge payout.
Oh, dude, I'd be locked up. I would literally move to Tatooine for that kind of cat. I'd been like, I'm out.
It has to be some kind of big payday.
Yeah.
And because he can only loot that much, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So catch that. That's on our Facebook page. Go watch that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a lot of misdirection. There's people that still to this day still are believing that Kylo Ren is actually. No, I don't either. I personally, I think I might have said this on the show before. I like the idea that Kylo and oh gosh, forgive me. What's the woman in the movie's name?
Rey.
even though they've gone through and kind of erased all of pre-Disney continuity, one of the big forces, no pun intended, in the old Star Wars continuity is that Han and Leia had kids. They had twins.
Leia, Ray.
I'm telling you, I like the idea that the two of them could be the twins of Han and Leia, and it would make sense because they always talk about a balance to the Force, and Kylo could be the dark side.
But then Luke would be a bad side then. Because you got Princess Leia or General Leia.
General? I like that they did announce that her official title in the movie will be General Leia. I dig that. It just makes the most.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
I mean, she was there when they were strategizing for the destruction of the Death Star. So she knows her stuff. I mean, she was her dad was on Alderaan, and everything.
Yeah.
So she's had training.
Oh yeah. And. Yeah, that's just my little take of it. I
think he's just stuck somewhere like Obi-Wan out in the middle of nowhere, and they got to go find him.
I like that idea too. For him, I think of all the people, the characters in Star Wars that emotional drain. I mean, he had to confront his father.
I think something happened. Yeah.
I think anybody in that circumstance would be like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. Going back to Tatooine, maybe he's kicking it in that crashed Star Destroyer they showed. He's just got a little apartment, in subsection D. He's that crazy old wizard out in the desert.
Scaring his chihuahuas.
Oh God. He wouldn't have to worry about the Sand People because he'd be like Skywalker, and they'd be like, ooh, we know that name. We're out.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just we'll have to wait and see.
I think a lot of the speculation and talk is just people's way of processing and filling time until it comes out. So you can't just mentally just push it to the side like I'm excited for it. It comes out later. No, your brain is constantly putting pieces together
because they're not releasing much.
No, and bless them for it.
And normally by now we would know a whole script.
Oh yeah.
For most movies nowadays.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of those ones that slides totally under the radar and just pops up out of nowhere.
And you know what? A lot of movies have been really, I don't know if you'd call it good or bad about it, but there's a lot of times where you watch a movie and you don't even see scenes that you saw in the trailer in the movie. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like cut footage, and they're just like, yeah, we're not going to put that in the movie, but it would make a great trailer. That's completely possible.
Transformers did that.
Jurassic Park did it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies that do that, And
who knows, Yeah, because a lot of the stuff that's out right now might, like you said, might not even be in the movie.
Exactly.
It might be a mishearing just to say, oh, here, look,
Yeah.
Pretty picture,
I just pray and hope that BB-8 doesn't turn into this movie's Jar Jar Binks, because I remember so many people like, oh man, Jar Jar, he just looks so cool. I'm gonna buy all his action figures, and then the movie comes out and you're like, no. Why?
Well, there's always that thing where Jar Jar's behind everything.
Oh God, that whole thing where it's like, he was the mastermind behind everything. God bless the guy that took the time to figure that little conspiracy theory down.
Had a little too much.
Yeah. But yes, we here at Underground Video Network, we would love to hear what you are looking forward to. What you expect to see, what you think we might see. So please comment on our Facebook page, Richard.
Yeah, anywhere else. Like I said, and we're going to be in Lima at the Regal, seeing the first showing at 7 o'clock. I just couldn't get to 7:30. I know this is in 3D, and you had a little thing.
I don't care.
But I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to 30. I couldn't wait to 30 minutes. I'm sorry.
I'm good. I'm good. I actually with the team behind this movie, I get a feeling this might.
It should be 3D.
It should be 3D. This might be the one that actually
Justifies 3D.
Yes, utilizes it to. We got Jeff over here going 3D. No.
I just couldn't wait the 30 minutes.
There's a reason why when you go to your big retail stores, you don't see the big 3D TV displays up anymore. I just 3D is meant for the theater. It's not meant for home. That's my opinion.
Jaws 19.
Really? Really? Friday the 13th 3D. Oh.
That was cool in 3D. It really was. You watch it in the theater, you're sitting in the middle, everybody on that side went that way, everybody on that side, when Jason splattered the head of that guy, and the eyeball went flying out. Trust me.
The only good 3D movie I've ever seen had blue hippies living in trees.
That didn't work.
That was the only one I saw that did not ever give me a headache.
That's, yeah.
Every other 3D movie I've seen, I've tried to see 2 different comic book movies in 3D. I saw Thor: The Dark World and Green Lantern, both in 3D. And
Oh, I feel you on the Green
Well,
Lantern.
Green
I
Lantern
wanted
would
to
give you
vomit.
3D
It was
anyhow.
bad enough on its own.
Yes.
In 3D, I felt literally ill. It
Yeah.
was the worst.
And that movie was the most justifiable of CGI movies in decades, and they still screwed it up.
Done the worst way possible.
Yes. That movie should have that movie was born and bred for CGI and for 3D, and it just
They had their chance.
Yeah.
They could have cast Nathan Fillion and had a very successful franchise for years and years to come as Hal Jordan. You know, they could have put in the kid who played Weasley from the Harry Potter's movies and made him Guy Gardner, a young Guy Gardner, and we'd be watching Green Lantern movies every 24 months.
I
No, they
love
did
that.
what they did.
I love that world you live in. I believe it, and I agree with it. But no, I definitely think that this one is going to be made for 3D, and I for one can't wait to see the Falcon in 3D. I can't wait to see the X-wing fighters in 3D. I don't care what anybody says. I can't wait to see Carrie Fisher in 3D because I still love my Princess Leia. I still do. So yeah, please drop us a line. Let us know where you're seeing it at. What you expect to see when you're going to be there.
And we'll probably have a follow-up episode.
And again, before we go, I'd like to take this chance again to thank the fellas here at Barry Electronics, especially our friend here, Jeff Smith, for letting us shoot in this gorgeous...
Anytime, gentlemen. Anytime.
Oh, we're going to hold you to it. We might be coming up with new segments just for an excuse to I don't need a living room, do it. Who needs a living room anymore? Seriously. I've gotten the tape measure out. This could happen, you know. So yes, if you get a chance to visit our sponsors here at Barry Electronics in Lima, Ohio, for all your home and car electronics needs. Thank you very much, Richard. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, just stay tuned. We're going to try to get things going again.
And we'll see ya at the movies.